What's going on, YouTube? Mr. Almighty is here, and we are here, man, to discuss a breaking news today. It is finally happening. Michael Penix Jr. is the starter for the Atlanta Falcons, and I'm just here to get my little one twos, and my couple of cents on it. You dig? I would say, hey, man, it's a kind of about time. I mean, you kind of could have started him this fast game. Like, well, let's start somewhere else real quick. If you watched last night's game, which was the Falcons were at the Las Vegas Raiders, if you watched that game and you watched Kirk Cousins at quarterback, man, you pretty much seen a man who is pretty much a shell of himself. Like, Kirk, on many occasions, throwing behind the receiver, dirting balls, overthrowing, late. Well, I ain't even gonna say not overthrowing, but late throws. It's just like, bro, you're just. It seems like each week. After the Saints game, because that's when it started. In that last Saints game, when he threw that last game-ending interception, that right there, it seemed like it started a trend, and it's just like it just kept snowballing. Each week, he just kept throwing more and more and more and more interceptions. It's just like, bro, what is going on with you? Why can't you get yourself out of this funk? And then I think through all that time also, like, he might be healed up, but that Achilles might be kind of aggravated or whatnot. And I think that might be on his mind as well. But it's just like, overall, it might just be father time, man. It might be father time telling him, hey, man, it's time to hang this up. We ain't got no more in us. I feel like at the beginning of the season, Kirk Cousins, it was like, his body was able to keep up, but like for a long, gruesome season, I don't know if he was able. It seemed like all of his energy and stuff that his body had for him was really kind of, trying to hold that Achilles together. It seemed like his body was just trying to hold out as long as it could, and then it said, "Hey, man, I ain't got no more in me. Like, this injury is really kind of killing us a little bit." And I feel like his body really just said, hey, we done. And that's why we starting to get the Kirk Cousins we seeing now. And it might be hard for Kirk Cousins to, admit it's like, damn, bro, I really, like, the step I've lost or how I've lost it, man, it's, yeah, I really didn't, I lost it a lot. So, like, to me, in the off season, I'm trading Kirk Cousins. Very tradable contract. I think he got like 65 mil this year. I seen Ian Rappaport reported it not too long ago. He got 65 mil. Will be on the hook next year for 27.6, or I think somewhere in there. And that's a very tradable contract. I'll eat that, basically 30 million. I'll eat that. Going about our way. Like, let somebody else take Kirk Cousins. If this is who I would bring in, if Jacoby Brissett, that's who I would bring. If New England don't keep Jacoby Brissett, I will bring him in. That's who I will bring in, just to be Michael Penix's backup. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I think. In all honesty, I don't think nobody's going to take a chance on Kirk Cousins. Honestly, so I need to look at the numbers and see, like, if we just cut him, like post June cut, or just however we have to cut him, how much are we on the hook for? Because we might be on the hook for more. I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comment section, that if it is it more to cut a player, or does it cost more to trade him, whichever one. And I'm going that route. I honestly prefer to trade him. I honestly prefer to trade and get something for him. And, that way we kind of feel like, okay, we kind of recouped a little bit something back on that whole ordain. I would. There are going to be some quarterback, maybe some quarterback hungry teams, the Giants, but I believe they're definitely. I wouldn't go. Damn. Man, it's kind of hard to say because down there, every team that might need a quarterback is in the top 10. It all honestly, it all depends on. Ooh, excuse me. It all depends on how many quarterbacks is coming out this year. So that trade talk is you kind of hold off on it until you see, okay, this is the pool of quarterbacks that is you can pick from, and then all right, well, this many teams need quarterbacks in this top 10. Well, some of them are, somebody's going to get their quarterback. They're going to be picking from that pool of draft picks. Somebody might say, hey, forget that. Let's take Kirk Cousins, see what we can do with him. Maybe a better, even more change of scenery, something. And we'll take our little chances with him and pick something else. You know what I'm saying? So it's a couple teams that might do that. You know, the Raiders might do that crap. You never know. They might. Well, no, their fans was talking about tanking for Sanders. So, I mean, Shedeur. Well, yeah, Shedeur Sanders. Neither here nor there. But, yeah, they were talking about that. So, with that being said, yeah, I will trade Kirk Cousins. If not, I'll release him, let him go on about his business, man. Ain't no reason to sit here and keep him. Well, you might just keep him for the backup, I guess. Let him sit in the backup role. But I don't feel like Kirk Cousins is wanting to sit in the backup role. That's just my honest opinion. I think he's going to, if anything, he's going to want to play. Like right now, he ain't got no choice. You just, hey, man, sit down. Sit down. I need you to sit down for a second, man. But also with that, I'm not like, well, somebody in my comment section asked me, well, they made a comment and said Daniel Jones and Kirk Cousins worst contracts ever. I say to that, this is what I said to him, but I'm gonna say it here too. I don't think Kirk Cousins' contract was the worst. I feel like we took a shot, and I ain't gonna be mad at my team for doing that. I'd rather you take your shot now in this first year than wait till later on at the end of the road to try to take a shot at something. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they gambled. They took their shot. It somewhat worked. You can't say it didn't all the way work when you had the lead and you was at the head of the NFC South with 6-3, and you walked through your division. Pretty much. You only got one loss in the division. You got one more to go. You got one more divisional game to play. Well, shoot. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't all bad. It just Father Time took Kirk Cousins a lot sooner than he took everybody else. And I really think him getting that injury at the age he was and stuff like that is what really probably ultimately ended his career. Same thing with Aaron Rodgers. If you go up there in New York Jets is not keeping Aaron Rodgers. That's a fact. They're not keeping Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is pretty much done. Aaron Rodgers ain't played good this season, and he had the same injury too. So, with that being said, man, hey, shout out to Kirk Cousins. I thank you for some of the exciting moments that you did have here and have with us. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? It's time for the young buck, man. I personally didn't want to see him this year. I wanted him to get a full season and off season and everything before he became the starter. You know what I'm saying? I wanted him to get this whole season out and just kind of watch, even though he got a little spot work every now and then. But, you know, sit, watch, listen, pay attention, you know what I'm saying? And then next year he gets the full off season, gets a full chance to really work on chemistry with not only his offensive line, but his receivers, his tight end, you know what I'm saying, his running backs, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, communicating with him, knowing how they like the ball being thrown, knowing uh, where to place it to certain players, and then not only that, like for the receivers to get used to catching from a left-hander. You know what I'm saying? That might be a little different for them. They might drop some passes. You know what I'm saying? But giving him that off season, they would have worked through all that. You know what I'm saying? So that was my thing. But it's just like after this Las Vegas Raiders win, even in a win, it's just like, bro, you play so bad even in a win. There was no way that the Las Vegas Raiders should have been able to almost beat us in that game. We down there started, I think down there almost all game we started on their side of the field. We blocked 2 punts. We blocked 2 punts, got a turnover. No, we got 2 turnovers. One was a fumble, one was an interception. Blocked 2 punts. We down there started on their side of the field the entire game, and it's like we could not get it did because we couldn't throw the ball really like that. You can only throw, and it's just like, even with the little short, quick passes, Kirk was missing receivers, throwing it late, throwing it behind him. It's just like, yo, no, that's not gonna cut it, bruh. Even with the little stuff, the dumbed down playbook, you're not executing it. You're not able to get the ball to the receivers. It's like, bro, you had that one good play, and after the interception at half, coming out of half, that interception, bro, you went gun shy after that. It's like, and I don't want to watch a team with a quarterback like that. As soon as you mess up, you can't play no more. You're mentally out of it. It's like, yo, it's not even, we shouldn't even bring you. You know what I'm saying? It's like you shouldn't even be here with the team right now. Like, bro, you that. Come on, man. So his confidence is shot, body is shot. It's just really that time you gotta kind of put him in there. You kind of ain't got no choice. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, here's what I want to see with Michael Penix. I don't expect nothing of him. Honestly, I can care less if we make it to the damn playoffs right now, because I don't want to put that pressure on him coming in at this to be the savior of this team. Like, I know he probably can do it, but I'm not going to put the pressure on him to do it. I didn't do that to Desmond Ridder when he was here, when he got them 4 games, and we were still in the playoff hunt then. When he became the starter, it's down there the same shit. It's down there almost the same thing, bruh. Same almost exact situation, different player. Both in the first year. If you go back to Arthur Smith's first year when he had Marcus Mariota around the same time, he put Desmond Ridder in, and he did pretty decent. He was 2-2. I'm like, it's like, okay, we got a little something, you know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there on that situation. But now we're back at it again. Deja fucking vu. Same number, bro. They just exchanged players out of the numbers. That's all. But what I want to see from Michael Penix, I want to see, have you learned from Kirk Cousins' mistakes? You see where he's making mistakes, so can you not make those? And I want to see him go through his progressions, and when he let the ball rip, I don't want to see him hesitate. Just throw that mug. Let it go. You know what I'm saying? You gonna make a mistake, make it. Don't hesitate. Don't be gun shy, nothing like that. Just go in there and let the game come to you. Now, I got a lot of confidence in Michael Penix that in his ability that he can deliver at the cornerback position. That's just me. He was actually the player that I wanted us to draft. Now, I didn't think we was going to get him in the first round. Like, I was not expecting that, but he's definitely the player that I was loving to have. I was like, man, if we get a chance to draft him, I definitely would want him on my team. So now we get to watch and see. A big part of this upcoming game for Michael Penix when he plays he's at home playing versus the Giants is, can Zach Robinson call a good game? Because some Zach Robinson's play calling sometime this season has been very wishy-washy. Now there has been some games he has called some immaculate games. He did the 500-yard game, the both of the Bucks games was good. The Panthers game was good, but I need him to set Michael Penix up for success in all the time success, not just, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, don't do that. We don't need another Arthur Smith situation, putting a rookie quarterback in situations he don't know what he's doing and he's just out there, and then you make this quarterback lose his confidence. I do not need that. Okay? So, with that being said, man, hey, shout out to Michael Penix Jr., man. Salute to you. You sat, you waited, man, and your opportunity has finally presented itself. Hey, man, take it by the horns. Take the bull by the horns and own it. Or take the falcon by the wings and own it. You dig? So, man, shout out to him. So, make sure y'all hit that like button, comment, subscribe, share it to your fans and family, turn your notifications on so you know when I post new content. Shouts out to y'all, man. Until next time, you guys stay fresh. Salute.